I just want to have stuff in the fridge. We have a plan. I have a whole new perspective. I'm like, free food, bring it on. Would you like to see the meatball extravaganza? Yes, this is the gigantic meat food prep that apparently I didn't know I needed. Can I get an amen? What have I done? Woo-hoo. Welcome to post-Christmas. Today is Monday, December 29th. And I was inspired. This weekend, I was watching Jay Morrell. I don't know if you guys have heard of Jay Morrell, if you watch her YouTube channel. I watch her YouTube channel pretty regularly. And I was totally inspired by her. So, I'm going to do a meal prep video. Excuse me. I'm going to do a meal prep video today because, so we're doing this keto thing, right? Me and my husband, we're on like opposite eating schedules. We have similar eating needs, but I just want to have stuff in the fridge that's like ready to eat, or in the freezer that's ready to eat. So like 2 years ago, maybe longer, somebody gave me this big pack of canned salmon. Okay, I have never had canned salmon before. I have been treated well in life, and I've always eaten fresh salmon because we live by the Pacific Ocean, and salmon is like a thing here, right? It's like you can find salmon everywhere, anywhere, fresh. You can go fishing for salmon. Like I've never done salmon in a can, okay? So I opened one up 2 years ago or whatever it was. And I didn't realize salmon in a can comes with like lots of bones in it. And I was totally grossed out, and I was like, ooh, and I've stuck this pack in my cupboard ever since. So it's been sitting somewhere tucked away, covered up, piled on in my cupboard for a long time now, because I was like, I don't know what to do with canned salmon that's got a bunch of bones in it. Anyways, Jay Morrell did a salmon cake video where she used a whole bunch of canned salmon, and she's like, yeah, I know. Like, I know the deal, salmon comes with bones in it. And I was like, that's like normal? That's like, I didn't get like a bad batch of canned salmon. That's what I was thinking all these years. I had a bad batch of canned salmon, and it had a bunch of bones in it, and it's disgusting. Anyways, apparently that's a thing. It's normal. It's normal. So now I know it's normal. But also I was like, I have this case of salmon in my cupboard that I have been ignoring for all these years. And now I know I can just pick the bones out, and I'm gonna make it into salmon cakes. So I was inspired. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of these. So they're Honey Boy red salmon. They are 7.5 ounce cans, okay? And then I had one, I don't know, random can of chicken of the sea, pink salmon. Oh, this one is skinless, boneless. So this one doesn't have any bones in it. Anyways, this is a 5 ounce can. So I got one of those. So altogether, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cans of salmon. And I thought I could make those into salmon cakes, okay? So this is gonna be a process, pulling all of the bones out of these ones, but I can do it. If Jay Morrell can do it, I can do it. So that's on the docket today. I also need to clean out our freezer, clean and organize so I can figure out what meats I have. We're going to be doing like a meatball buffet for some family that we're having over for New Year's. So I need to pull out the meat for that. I know that's 2 days away, but thinking ahead. I have the turkey in the fridge still that we've been picking at for several days, and I want to get it into bags and into the freezer so it doesn't go bad. My kids are not home the next 2 days, so they're at almost having a gay old time. So I'm just gonna hit it hard. But first things first is I've got a pile of dishes here. I need to get the pile of dishes done. So let's do dishes together, and then we'll get going on, we'll probably do the freezer first since it's the middle of the day and it's okay temperature outside. It's been super cold here. Like super cold as in 32 degrees is super cold to me. So we'll do the freezer clean out, then we'll get to the salmon, then we'll get to the turkey. And I don't know if we'll have anything else. Maybe make some hard-boiled eggs. I don't know. Well, we just want to have lots of protein and fat ready to go, you know? Okay, let's get rolling. Okay, I got the dishes done. Let's go out and organize the freezer. All right, and there's always somebody that comments like, oh my gosh, her outside freezer is actually outside. Yes, it's actually outside my house. We don't have a garage attached to our house. It's detached and it's like a ways away from our actual house. So it sits on our front porch. Okay. I have a big box of meat that I have yet to go through, so I need to go through that. We have a lot of deer meat in here that we have not touched. And I don't know that we're gonna touch it anytime soon. But before I forget, I think I'm the only one eating dinner tonight. So I was gonna grab myself a fancy steak. Maybe I'll just have a tenderloin. Yeah, make a little tenderloin. I have a container. We're gonna fill it up with meat. Okay. This is the last of my old order of pork. So I'm gonna pull this one out, and then I have a whole bunch in this box here. So here we go. I should have wore gloves because my hands are already frozen. I got 3 pounds of ground beef, 2 pounds of ground pork, and then my steak for tonight. So I'm gonna leave my little tenderloin steak in the sink to defrost. I'm gonna throw this meat in the fridge. I didn't realize I don't have as much ground pork as I thought I did. We ordered a half of a pig instead of a whole pig. I don't know why, but in the year before we ordered a whole pig. Anyways, we're short on pork. We only have like 2 packages of the farm raised bacon left because we're just flying through bacon. That's why I've been supplementing with grocery store bacon, which is not the same, but hey, do what you can. Okay, I'm gonna stick this in the fridge and then we'll get rolling on our other projects. Next on the list of things to do. Look at that sun is, oh, it's like shining in on us. This is what we have left of the turkey. I would say probably about half the turkey is left. We've eaten through, I think, a whole breast and then lots of little pieces. So my goal is to get this into like 1.5 cup serving sizes and just bag it up in these little baggies. And I'm out of the big gallon freezer bags right now, but I do have like the smaller quart size ones. So anyways, get them into little 1.5 cup servings. The reason why is because our beloved chicken bacon ranch recipe that we have been using on repeat for the last couple of weeks uses 1.5 cup of shredded grilled chicken. So we could just substitute this turkey in place. And if we can just pull out a little baggie and then mix up a recipe of it, a batch of it, and have it for lunch or dinner or whatever, then we're good. So let's get going, okay? We ready? We ready. Okay, that took some time, but I got 6 1.5 cup bags. So I'm gonna bag these up into a freezer bag and then throw these in the freezer. So this will be 6 different batches of the chicken bacon ranch. And one batch pretty much feeds our whole family. I know this doesn't look like much, but you mix it and you put it on a tortilla or on a slice of cheese or whatever. Anyways, this will be helpful to have in the freezer. Then we can pull them out and make easily. So that's done. On to the salmon. My inside freezer is very full apparently. Plans. So I've got my big tray. I'm thinking once I mix them up, I'm gonna put them on here and freeze some of them. We're gonna have some for dinner tomorrow night. but I think I'm just gonna freeze all of them and then we'll pull them out. And I wanna see how they cook up in the air fryer from frozen. So that'll be the experiment. I did look up some recipes because I've never actually made salmon cakes. I don't know that I have all the ingredients to do this, so I'm gonna look around and see. I'm gonna use pork rinds ground up as my binder with some mayo and eggs, parsley, dill, chives, lemon juice, salt, and garlic powder. I don't know that I have as much as I need to do this whole thing of salmon cakes, so let's see what we got first. Okay, so for the volume that I'm wanting to do with all of these cans, I would need 8 tablespoons of parsley. I probably have 4, so maybe I'll do a half batch. And then chives, I think I have enough. Garlic, I have enough. Dill, I have like maybe a teaspoon. Maybe I should wait. I don't know what to do. Let me think on this for a second. Okay, I'm doing a grocery haul tomorrow morning, so I'm thinking I'll at least open up the salmon and get it all deboned and into a bowl. And then tomorrow when I get back from grocery shopping, I will mix in all of the ingredients and then we can cook some of them fresh and freeze the rest. That's what's gonna happen. Okay, we have a plan. So let's debone these and then worry about the rest of the salmon cake ingredients tomorrow. This is taking forever, and these last 2 cans just do not want to open. They just don't want to open. I don't know. They don't want to open. So maybe that's my sign. Okay, but I do have the easy can. That's literally like a pop top, and it says it's boneless, so I can just dump it in. This is what I've gotten so far. I mean, this is an 8-cup bowl, and I underestimated how much I was gonna get. I started out by being really particular, and as the cans went on, I got less and less particular. So I do have a pile of scraps with bones in them. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cans, right? 2, 4. I've completed 7 cans. I have these 2. I'm gonna try and get them open, but otherwise I'm gonna clean up, wrap this up and put it in the fridge. I'm tired. I've been doing this for too long. I'm so glad the kids weren't here while I was doing this because this was tedious, and if they had like interrupted me, I would have been like, I would have not been in a good mood. So I'm glad I got it done though. I'm glad I'm not wasting these cans of salmon. That was really the goal, was I didn't want to waste them because salmon is a precious commodity. And so I'm glad I came across that video of Jay Morrell doing the salmon cake. So roll my shoulders back and clean up. We're on day 2 of this project. So I did end up getting those last 2 cans opened. This is the very last can. This is how far I got it opened. I had to like scrape the salmon out of it. Anyways, so I got all 9 of these and I got the 1 of this. It came out to about 8 cups total. This is an 8-cup bowl. I'm gonna need to mix it into a bigger bowl. I think this is the biggest one I have. Let me just double check. Yeah, it is the biggest bowl I have. Okay. The rest of my house is a disaster. Like, you can't really see it, but I went grocery shopping today. Over $700. So over $700. And I feel like I didn't really I bought some convenient stuff for sure. But like in the grand scheme of life, it wasn't like extravagant. And so I'm really grateful for this free salmon that we're making into salmon cakes. Free salmon. This is like 100% free. Somebody gave this to us. So last night I was kind of cursing myself for taking on this project, but today I have a whole new perspective. I'm like, free food, bring it on. So we gotta mix it all together. So I looked up some recipes and I kind of just wrote down my general measurements that I had in my head based on the other recipes I looked at. So we have approximately 72 ounces of canned salmon. Okay, 8 cups. With that, we need 1 cup of pork rinds ground up. I went ahead and threw a whole bag of pork rinds into my food processor. Hold on. It did freak me out for a second because it wouldn't start, and I was like, please don't be dead. Please don't die on me when I've got a big project like this, please. So this is the whole bag ground down into basically like a breadcrumb consistency. And I'm just gonna go ahead. I think there is a couple of chunkies in here still, but we'll deal with that at a later time. I just really want to get this project done before I gotta go get the kids, and I'm running out of time. So I need 1 whole cup. This is a half cup, so 2 of these. Yeah, that's pretty well ground up. There's a couple of chunks in it, but they'll mix into the salmon cakes fine, I think. So that's, I mean, it's about half of the ground up pork rinds left. So basically used half a bag of pork rinds. And then my seasonings, I've got 8 tablespoons parsley, 8 tablespoons dill, 8 tablespoons chives, 4 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and I've got it all measured out here. And yes, I did buy all the seasonings when I was at the store today, and I've almost used up all of them. I've almost used through all of them for just this recipe. I refilled my containers I had, and then, yeah, these are empty now, so I'm just gonna chuck them. There's a little bit left of each one. Okay, spoon. So this seems like a lot of seasoning, but that's a lot of salmon, so I don't know. Questioning myself now. Also questioning whether I can fit it all in the bowl and mix it sufficiently. Okay, 1 cup of mayonnaise and 8 eggs. I've got the 8 eggs here in my sink. Let me grab the mayonnaise. So I guess we're just gonna, cars driving slow. I don't know what's going on. I guess I'm gonna mix all of that in here, and then we're gonna slowly add the salmon in. I think that's my plan. So we need 1 cup of mayonnaise. Good thing I just stocked up on mayonnaise. I just can't believe I spent over $700 on groceries. I've never done that before in my whole life. For any reason, for anything. So this is a half a cup. And I'm gonna use the other half a cup. I'm probably gonna use pretty much the rest of this jar. Now, I am estimating I should get 20 salmon cakes out of this batch. So, all right, 12, 16, 20, that should be 5 dinners for us. Or, because we're a family of 4. The sun is just shining just right, isn't it? I will take the sun over the rain. It's been like cold here, like cold. Oh, we also need lemon juice. 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. Okay, let's do that so I don't forget. I don't know if I have enough in here. I have some actual whole lemons if we need. 1. 2. 2.5. Okay, let's get out my real lemons. Cut one of them up. That's 3, and 3.5. Good thing I had lemons. Just squeeze that whole thing out. Okay, and then the 8 eggs. Are you enjoying that sunshine? Probably not, because it's probably right in your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, the fun part, we're gonna have to mix this with our hands, aren't we? So let me try and get all these seasonings mixed up pretty good. Seasonings and binders and all of that. If these don't turn out good, oh, they will turn out good. We're not gonna think like that. All right, so, can I block the light so you can actually see? I almost just dumped it out of my bowl. So, salmon, a little at a time here. Add like half. Mix. Mix, mix, mix. I'll be happy to get this over and done with. And I'll be happy to have lots of easy salmon patties in my freezer. I meant to look at the salmon patties at Costco to price them out and just see like how much am I actually saving myself. Forgot to do that when I was there today. That's okay. I mean, we know salmon products are not cheap. Ain't cheap. I mean, nothing's cheap anymore, but definitely not salmon. Okay, this is all of it. We got it all in the bowl. This looks pretty good. I'm flinging salmon everywhere though. My kitties are gonna have a feast on the floor. Okay, now the question is to divide this up and see how many patties we get out of it. I'm guessing 20, maybe I'm way off though. I figured 2 patties per can of tuna, 2 patties per can of salmon, and I had 10 cans, so makes sense. Not too shabby. I actually got 21. So I started by doing a half cup and ended up being like more like a scant half cup because they were a little too beefy with a whole half cup. So there's a layer underneath and then there's a layer on top. So I have 17 here that are gonna go in the freezer. And then I made up 4 for this plate because this is what we're gonna eat for dinner tonight. So we'll get to try them right away. That'll be fun. So I'm gonna throw these in the freezer. We're done. This part went fast. Thank goodness it went fast after all of that deboning that happened yesterday. It just felt like it took forever and a day. So I'm gonna go put these in the freezer to freeze and then I'll bag them up. And then I gotta clean up and I'm done. I'm done with food projects now. For now. We'll see what the next couple days brings us. Tomorrow I'm gonna be doing like a big batch of like a whole bunch of different kind of meatballs. Maybe I'll take you along for that too. Maybe. It's for a party, but then also whatever's left over is gonna be like food for us. So, would you like to see the meatball extravaganza? Yes, you probably will. Okay, so this is not the end. It continues. The world keeps spinning and we keep doing big food projects, okay? Yeah. I don't know if I got it in me to do many more big food projects anytime soon. But thank you for joining me for this. Okay, let's get these in the freezer. Okay, this is the gigantic meat food prep that apparently I didn't know I needed. So day 3, we're on day 3. By the way, those salmon cakes that we made, I cooked them up for dinner last night. I thought they were really good. I did overcook them a little bit, so they were a little bit on the dry side, but both me and my husband like gave it a thumbs up. I put like a little garlic aioli on it, so basically just mayonnaise with some garlic and some lemon juice in it. Just put a little dollop of that on top, and I served it with some veggies. They were really good. Really good. So I'm glad we got those free salmon cakes in the freezer. So we have what, 17 left in the freezer. So we ate 4 of them. Yeah. So today, okay, we're having a handful of friends and family over. It is New Year's Eve. And I thought, hey, I'll do like a meatball buffet because that's easy, keto friendly. And then whatever is left over, we can eat over the next couple of days. So we're like food prepping. We're food prepping a lot. So I have 5 pounds. Yes, 5 pounds of mixed ground beef and ground pork. So I have 3 different recipes I'm gonna do. We're gonna make them all keto friendly. Yeah. And by the time we're done with all these meatballs, we will have processed like over 10 pounds of meat and gotten meals in the freezer. in the fridge and in our tummies. So that covers everything, right? So this is keto sausage meatballs from wholesomeyum.com. This is what I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna up the recipe a little bit, and I'm gonna do 1.5 pounds of ground pork, because I'm gonna use the other 1/2 pound from one of these logs to do a, hold on, let my brain process, to do a meatloaf meatball recipe, which is part ground beef, part ground pork. Let me put my hair up before I start touching all this meat. And then, okay, so that will cover, so this, okay, let's do the math together. Keto sausage meatballs, we will be doing 1.5 pounds. The other 1/2 pound will go into this pound of ground beef for the meatloaf meatballs. And then I have 2 more pounds that I'm going to use to just make our like burger bites. Essentially, it's essentially meatballs. My kids love those, and we'll have some extra kids over so they can do the burger bites, and that will be a hit. So let's get going on this recipe. Let me get the meat opened up, and then actually I think I want to mix all my other stuff in first. So bowl number 1. And then I'm just gonna prep all of this and get it onto trays and get it into the fridge. And then tonight, when the party starts, I'll throw them in the oven. They'll all cook up pretty fast and then throw them out. So that's my plan. I'm prepping ahead of time. So all of these recipes are I can't talk. All of these recipes are also gluten-free. This one is not dairy-free, but the other 2 are. So there you go. We accommodating a lot of options. So we're gonna do 3 cups of almond flour. I'm upping this recipe because the regular recipe calls for just 1 pound. So 3 cups of almond flour. 3 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. I've got that right here. This is probably about 1 cup left over from Christmas. And then I got 2 more cups shredded here. 3 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. I just mixed up some of mine that were in the cupboard. 3 teaspoons of baking powder. That was an interesting one for me. I was like, oh, really? We're putting baking powder in this. I don't know what it does. I don't know what's the purpose of the baking powder. I'm sure there is one. But 3 teaspoons. All right. And then 3 cloves of garlic. We have 12 ounces of cream cheese. I'm actually going to mix this first, and then we'll mix in the meat and the cream cheese because that's going to get messy. So of course I've been like prepping the house, cleaning the house, getting everything ready to go for our party tonight. Any guesses where my husband's at right now? He's cleaning the garage. He like is deep cleaning the garage. Is that not like the standard meme that you see everywhere all the time? Like, oh, hey, we're about to host this thing at our house. Can you help with prep? And they like go air blow the driveway, or, you know, mow the lawn or something. That's absolutely not applicable to hosting a party at the moment, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. The garage needed a deep clean, and I'm not complaining, because actually it's better if I'm just left to my own devices to clean the house and get everything prepped on my own. I'm happier that way, because then he stays out of my hair. Love him. Then he stays out of my hair, and I can work a lot faster when there's nobody in the house to bother me. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? This is like the third or fourth year in a row that we've just done a game night, like a super low-key game night at our house for New Year's, and I think it's like our thing now. I don't know how many years it takes for something to become a tradition, but I think it's a tradition at this point. We just have like my parents, my husband's parents, and like one other, like a friend couple with kids. That's kind of been our jam the last couple years. Just depends on the year. Depends on what year we invite what people, because there's people in town, out of town, blah, blah, blah. So we just pick a couple that's got kids that play well with our kids. And we have a game night, super low-key game night. And the kids light off fireworks at 9 p.m. We have a 9 p.m. countdown because that's how I live my life. And everybody is home and in bed by like, I don't know, 10, 11 p.m. maybe. You know you're getting old when that's a good New Year's. That's a solid New Year's. Okay, so this is 8 ounces. Close to 8 ounces. And then I have a container with some more cream cheese in it. It was previously opened and partially used. Should probably get a clean knife to cut this. I'm just gonna cut like half the hunk. That should be about good. And this could take a while to mix up, so here we go. This is gonna be a workout for my hand. I should have put this in a bigger bowl. I feel like that's the theme of this video, is I should have put it in a bigger bowl. I will see you on the other side here. Yep, I had to put it into a bigger bowl. We're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, we did it. It reminds me, the look of it, you know those, I don't know what they're called, but you can buy them in the deli section at the grocery store, and it's like a big giant like cheese ball with like a coating on it that you can like eat with crackers. You know what I'm talking about? I want to say it's like Kaufman brand or something like that. I don't know, I've never eaten it, but that's what it reminds me of. Kind of looks like that. Okay, so it does say, let me tell you the baking directions in case you want to know. It's 400 degrees, grease a foil lined sheet. I'm going to use a tray and grease it well, 1-inch balls. Bake for 8 minutes, then roll the ball to try to keep it from sticking, because there's a lot of dairy in it. And then bake 7 more minutes, and then broil it until it's crispy. So we're going to use, okay, I'm going to put my spray on here. I'm going to spray it really good. And I've got this cookie scoop. We'll see how well it works for this mixture, but let's get scooping. Okay, this recipe makes a big batch, just so you know. So I'm at 48. I got 2 trays and I still have a pretty big amount here. So I think my husband hasn't had lunch yet. It's like 2 o'clock, it's late. I'm thinking I'll cook up whatever's left here and take it out to him in the garage, and him and my son can nibble on them and taste test them. So I'll save the 48 for the party. That's still a lot because, should I freeze some of them? I'm thinking I might freeze some of them. What have I done? What have I done? I feel like I have way too much. I do have way too much. What have I done? I think I'm gonna freeze some of these. Okay, oh, hold on. I'm trying to do the math in my head. So there's 24 in here. This is my plan. 24 in here. I'm saving these for the party. There is 3, 6, 9, 12, 12 here. I'm gonna cook these right now, and my husband and my son can taste test them while they're working in the garage because we have not tried this recipe yet. And then there's 32 here, and I'm gonna throw these in the freezer because I think we'll be overwhelmed because I still have 2 other types of meatballs to make. So this will be enough. So what's the total here? I believe 68, if I'm doing my math right. So 68 meatballs from basically a recipe and a half worth of this meatball recipe. So, okay, saving these for the party, cooking these now, putting these into the freezer. Okay, I had to move locations because the sun is shining in my workspace right there. Puts a glare on the camera. Okay, we're moving on to the next thing. I do have those meatballs in the freezer, in the oven cooking. I do have some in the freezer now too. We're moving on to maple glazed meatloaf muffins. I'm going to make these in a keto version, which I've never done before, but I have done this recipe a bazillion times. We're just changing it up. So in my bowl, I've got a pound of ground beef, a half a pound of ground pork. To that, oh, that's what I forgot to do. I need to grate my zucchini to put in it. Hold, please. Back at it again. So to that, so the typical recipe, also this is from onceamonthmeals.com. Typically you do a half a cup of grated carrot, half a cup of grated zucchini. For time and sanity's sake, I'm just doing 1 cup grated zucchini. I know carrot is not low carb. I actually don't know if zucchini is, but it's a pretty nominal amount in each meatball once it's all said and done. So, okay. A tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Sorry, I should move this so you guys can actually see it a little better. Here, let's do this. Tablespoon balsamic vinegar, an egg, 3/4 cup breadcrumbs. I'm going to use, this is pork rinds ground up, so this is 3/4 cup pork rinds. A 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, a 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, and a teaspoon of sea salt. And I'm just gonna mix this together. And then I usually cook it in a muffin pan. I'm gonna make it in these mini muffin pans today. So I'm gonna spray these with oil, portion them out. And then when you do get to the baking part, 350, well, okay, so this is for like a regular size muffin. So 350 degrees, probably for like 10 minutes. And then you're gonna brush on a topping that is a mixture of 1/2 cup Dijon mustard, a 1/4 cup maple syrup, and a 1/2 teaspoon marjoram. We're gonna try out this maple syrup variety. So we're gonna mix that up. We'll brush it on when we cook them later, and everybody will be happy. These are really good. These are a crowd pleaser in my family and have been for many years. I've just never made them like a keto variety. I've always just used breadcrumbs and regular maple syrup, but this was an easy swap out. So, all right, on to the mixing. Here is what those sausage meatballs, they smell amazing. This is what they look like. I'm gonna run them out to the garage real quick because my son just came in. He's like, I'm starving. So let me bring them a plate of food and then I'll continue on this. Also, just my personal input. So they stuck like crazy to this foil. I even tried like turning them halfway through and they were already like stuck, solid stuck. I would recommend cooking them on parchment. I'm gonna move mine to parchment to cook them because I feel like they'll stick way less to parchment than foil because like half the meatball is missing because you had to just peel it off of the foil. But they said they tasted good, so at least they're a winner. Okay, let me spray my pans and then get to scooping. And then I ended up with 38 of these if I did my math correct. So these 2 trays I will cook up for tonight. These I'm just gonna stick in I'll cover them and stick them in the fridge. But I don't think these are gonna freeze well with the zucchini in them. So I'll save them for tomorrow. We'll bake them up tomorrow and we'll add them to our pile of leftovers. And then this is the sauce. I'm just gonna put a lid on it and stick it in the fridge with everything else for now until baking time. So this is what it is, 1/2 cup Dijon, 1/4 cup of this, and a little marjoram. So number 2 done. Okay, last one. Mercifully, my last one is super, super easy. I think I've made this about as lazy as you can get. So I'm just gonna do 1 pound of ground beef. I did have 2 out for this. I think we're still at over 10 pounds of meat that we've done in the last couple of days. But the key to these tasting really good is handling them as little as possible. So I'm literally just gonna take a round of ground beef. I'm gonna cut it down the center. So it's kind of sort of even, 1/2 and 1/2. Okay, can you see this? So it's like a hot dog bun cut open. Okay, I'm gonna add the seasoning. Hold on, let me wash my hands. So I've got wash your sister sauce. I'm just going to dribble that on both sides, here, there. That was a little heavy, that's okay. I have onion powder and I have garlic powder. I'm just gonna sprinkle both of those. Woo-hoo! I forgot I didn't have the sprinkle lid on. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. It'll be okay. Oh, goodness gracious. It's gonna be extra oniony. And then each 1/2, okay, try and get rid of some of this excess. So much for handling it as little as possible. Over here, just dumping the onion powder on it. Okay. I just shook it off in the sink. That's okay. So then I'm just gonna break off a section that looks like that much, okay? Break it into 2. Gently, very gently roll it. It doesn't even have to be like a perfect ball. We're just gonna try and make it not look like a deformed meatball looking thing. And that's it. You place it on it and you bake it in the oven for a few minutes, just like the other ones. And I call them burger bites. We're gonna call them burger meatballs, burger bite meatballs, something like that. And the kids love them. They can put whatever kind of burger sauce they like on it. Usually I serve them with like burger toppings, like lettuce, tomato, onion, and they can stick it all on a toothpick and eat it that way. And it's like a little bite of a burger. But these are always a hit with my kids. They're never sad when I make these, and it's literally just ground beef portioned out on a tray, and you can put whatever kind of seasoning you want on it, but ultimately it's just ground beef. So we're gonna prep this, and then I'm gonna clean up the kitchen, and then I got 2 hours before people start showing up, so I'm doing just fine on time. In the process of doing all of this prepping, I have had 2 people call me and let me know they're sick and they're not gonna make it. 'Tis the season. 'Tis the season. Is that not real life or what? I'm gonna have to fit more on here. So we'll have a smaller group than we originally planned, but that's okay. That is okay. Bummed, but that's okay. So this half made, I'm making these pretty small. The 1/2 of the pound made 12, and I'm doing another 12, I think. I think I'll be able to get another 12 out of it. So, yeah, just very, very gently. Okay, I gotta squeeze more on here, more than I expected. 22. I got 22 out of that. Okay, these are going in the fridge and waiting for the party time. Thank you for hanging out with me while I process this epic 10 pounds of meat. I can't believe I did it. Took a couple days, but we got it done. I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.